Hello, welcome to another episode. In this episode, we'll be making a LED chaser. I'll be needing light emitting diode, 22 microfarad capacitor, 47 microfarad capacitor, 7805, which is the voltage regulator, 4017, 5 timer, 4-pin socket, 8-pin socket, 10k resistor, 1k resistor, and that's on my ferro board. So let's start. So I'll place my 4-pin socket on the board. Remember, we are using two sockets. So I'll make sure I'm mounting my 4-pin socket near the end. Let's count 4 holes back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 holes back. Then on the 5th hole, on the 6th hole, I'll be dropping my 4-pin socket. Let's check if our 8-pin socket will fit in. No. So let's move this one to the front a little. Now we have 4 holes to the starting line. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this can come in well. So you're soldering the diamond first, then your LED comes, LED follows. So let's do for the second leg. Let's continue. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Yes. Yeah, okay. Let's bring in our 10K. So bend 90 degrees. Okay. Take 2 holes from the IC socket pin from pin 7. 1, 2, 3. On the 3rd hole, drop. So let's solder this. Okay, that's okay. Let's move our paper tape. Let's come back. Then let's look for 1K. So bend 90 degrees. The other end 90 degrees. Let's put on our board from pin 7. Let's stretch it out. Your resistor should be occupying 5 holes. The first hole for the leg to enter, 3 in the middle, then the next hole to pin 7. So we only have a hole between your IC socket and the 1K resistor. Let's just so. Okay, we are done. Let's check our board. So we'll be making use of capacitor at the pin 2, but before that, because our capacitor won't be sitting down on the board permanently, because you might want to adjust the rate of your movement of the bulb movement. So let's join this first, what we have here, before we bring in other components. So we said pin 7 is going to 10K resistor and also 1K resistor. So let's take that to pin 7. Okay, we have that now. So let's see what we have. Let's bring in our 7825. 75 from the 4-pin socket. Just count towards me. 1, 2. On the third one, drop your 7825. All we have between the 7825 and the O should be 1 O. All we should have. So we should have a hole between the 7825 and the 55 timer IC socket. So okay. Okay, we've done that. So right now, let's bring in this capacitor, but we won't be using it permanently like I said, so we'll be using a jumper. So we can have everything as one tick. So on the pin 2 and pin 1, insert a jumper. On the pin 2, take your fifth step towards me. On the second O, drop it. Same thing for pin 1. On second O, drop. Use a paper tape to hold it. So let's cut, because we need to bend it towards the pins. So let's use our compass to bend it. Okay, so let's do the same thing. Let's sew. We are connecting all of them. Okay. Okay, we are fine. So we need to wait a little, because this copper, the single strand we are using for the jumper is copper, so it's a good conductor of it. Let's cut. So that's by the way. Let's move the sleeves. So now let's do the routing for this. So we'll be taking pin 6 of the IC socket to pin 2. Let's start the process. Pin 6 of the IC socket to pin 2. Let's come up with the 2 bits. Oh, wow, so then is out. Let's remove that. The reason why I moved the lead is to avoid it from beading together. Let's go again. Okay, so we are there. Pin 6 has successfully gone to pin 2. Okay, so let's bring our 7225 to pin 8, the positive of our 7225, which is the 5-volt input, to our pin 8. Let's do this. Okay, yeah, dear. This is really amazing. Okay. So to do the same, let's see. Okay. So we have to do the same thing. Take our positive rail to our 1K resistor, the other leg, from pin 8 to that socket. Oh, that's soldering iron. Okay, let's go again. Let's keep moving. So we have to take the other leg of our 10K resistor to pin 6. Let's do so. Tune. Pin 6 of our AC socket. Okay. So let's keep moving. So let's bring it a little bit up. Okay. So 1 O at a time. So we are taking this to the other leg of our 10K resistor. Okay, we've done that from pin 2 to pin 6 to the other leg of our 10K. So one of our components is coming up. I'll just quickly fix that. Oh, it's very hot. I'll come back to that. That's very hot. So, okay. So, let's bring in our pin socket, our supply socket. Okay. So, from your 725, let's count 6 O's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is on the sixth O. Let's drop our socket. Okay. So the hole I'm counting is towards me. So I've successfully dropped my socket. Okay. Before I start that, I'm pushing my resistor in. It came out doing soldering. Just a bit. So let me look at my socket. Okay. Here my socket is. So 1 O at a time from the negative leg, which is the middle leg of your 72.5. We're taking it to the socket, supply socket. Okay, we are done with that. Let's do the same thing for the other one. One O at a time. So before we continue, to avoid spreading around, no, we are soldering on the rail, this rail. So, and if you continue like that, to just be spreading up and down. So I'll use my compass to draw the line, like to separate it, just to reduce the area covered. Yes, you might not need that if you are closer, not on the rail. But I will be needing it. Okay. Okay, we are done. So our socket is ready. Everything is ready. We are done with the soldering. Before adding the second circuit, we are doing 2 circuits on a particular board. We need to test the first circuit, if it's fine, before moving to the other circuit. So let's separate. Let me separate this. Let's just separate. So we need to separate the positive and negative line very well. let's separate this socket. So we are separating the socket pins. So we've done that. So let's take our pin 1 to ground. So let's check. Okay, let's take it to ground. Okay. So let's pull down soldering. Okay, we are done with that. Let's separate. So let's check our circuit. This is the first part. Let's check this part. Your multimeter. Bring in your supply. Okay. Plug in your supply. Put your negative probe on the pin 1 of your IC socket. Your positive probe on the pin 8 of your IC socket. Okay, we have 5 volts. So I'll be bringing in the 1K resistor, even though I will remove it just to test our board. So I'll be attaching that to pin 3. Pin 3, though it won't be, it's not permanent. Pin 3. Just to check our board and see it is working. Okay, do it this way. So methods like these are recommended if you are doing boards. If you are doing a circuit that has more than one board, you need to check the first circuit before moving to the other one. Okay, let's bring in our capacitor. The gray part of this capacitor goes to the shortest leg, which signifies the negative. The gray part in other capacitors it might be white, but the parts with
the shaded part,
the shaded, everything is shaded, but the gray part of this particular capacitor will go to the is going straight to the shortest leg, while the wider part with so many while the wider part with colors is going to the longest leg. So in case your capacitor has equal leg, someone might have mistakenly cut it. The reason why I'm scraping this is to make it more conductive. So let's go.
Please pick it up from picking up the capacitor and explaining
Okay.
and explaining the polarity.
Okay. This is our capacitor. The gray part right here. We have two colors on this capacitor. The one with the shorter area, which is right here, it is the gray part. It is the one with the shorter area of spread. Is going straight to our shortest leg, which is the negative part. The one with the wider area, which is the black part of spread, wider area of spread, is going to the longest leg of the capacitor, which is the positive. So the reason for this is I'm about to call this capacitor leg right now. So everything might be of equal size, equal length. So, and you might be getting the capacitor and the legs are shortened, so it will be easy for you to identify the polarity. So let's bring in to this jumper right here. Let's show jumper at pin 1 and pin 2 of our IC socket. Let's do the same thing. So there. So there. So the negative part, it is will be going to pin 1. The other part, which is the positive part, will be going to pin 2. Okay. Let's bring in the LED. Okay. Fine. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Fine. Try and bring in a negative rail for the LED to sit. So we're bringing in a jumper wire for the negative, so we can have somewhere to mount the negative leg of our light emitting diode. Okay, let's have one here. Okay, let's see if we can be closer. Okay, let's try and adjust our capacitor and make it stand. Okay, raise it up. So at this, beneath our socket, our supply socket, let's place in a jumper that serves as a pinout for negative. So, okay. So this process makes troubleshooting easy. In case you are done with your board and your board is not coming on or anything, you can know where to check. Let's cut. Okay, we are good. So I'll be taking the shortest leg. Okay, let me put it in this manner. Shortest leg of my light emitting diode to this negative. Let me do the same for this. Okay. So we are okay with that. So I need to look for a way to put that on the board. So okay, let's bring this on a little bit backward. Okay, so let's bring in our 555 timer. Okay, let's look at our board again. What's left? Let's check everything. Okay, our pin 4, let's take it to the positive because we are not using the reset button. I'm not resetting anything. So the pin 4 stands for reset, and we are not using it. So it would be advisable to just take it to positive. So the reason I'm doing this, let's see how long it will take. Let's see the distance. Okay, let me just do it this way. Okay, so let me cut. Yeah, so let's press. Yeah, let me bend. Let me bend this. So let's just raise this one a little bit up. The hole right beside the supply socket. Pin 4. Okay, so let's take that to our pin 4. So we have successfully done that. So let's do so. So let's move this. So we are taking that jumper to our positive. Let's bend this. So we need to bring our jumper to the positive rail. So let's bend this. Let's bend this. So let's use our nose plier. This can be easy to fit it in. So from that same pin, just right above the jumper, let's drop it. We are taking to our positive. Let's bring in our paper tip just to hold it. Okay. So let's do the soldering. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's okay. That's fine. Let's do for the other leg too. I'll be using my nose plier to adjust that so it doesn't bridge with anything. Okay. Okay. Now done that successfully too. Let's cut the excess. Okay, so let's separate. Let's come back to our capacitor. Now separate the legs so you don't have anything like bridging and stuff. Okay, let's go again. So we are done now. Let's bring our IC again just towards the table, just to have a 90 degree angle so you can enter the board very well. Okay, let's plug in our IC. So your arc, okay, let me show you something. This arc will be the same thing with the board. Any mistake in reversing it might damage the IC. Okay, we have this. Okay, let's plug our supply. Can we see? As you can see, it's blinking. The other part of the board is for the one that will be moving the LED. As you know, this period is less chasing. That part is for moving the bulb from one point to another. So we are done with the oscillating part, which will be the one to control the movement. So in the next episode, we'll be talking about the moving part. Thank you. See you in the next episode.